Boss battles have been a central concept in many video games over the years, but what happens when a game is composed almost entirely of boss battles? Titan Souls stars this tiny little man equipped with exactly one bow and one arrow. He'll use this arrow to pierce the weak points of nigh a score of titans 10 times his size, and with far more pointy and squashy bits than he. With such a diverse array of titans to face, Titan Souls successfully delivers unique, challenging boss fights one after another, but all the other stuff is just along for the ride. Virtually any explanation of Titan Souls' story would be spoiler territory. You're given no name, nor is the world you inhabit, and you can't read the language. All that's clear is that you're there to kill titans. The environment crafts a mysterious fantasy vibe complete with cryptic murals, geographical features egregious in scale, and enemies that are imposing in nature. The world of Titan Souls is hiding something, and when you take a moment to wander and enjoy the scenery, you may catch a whiff of that. But those pleasant aromas are more curiosity than investigation. While the overworld in Titan Souls portrays a pleasant aesthetic with the guise of adventure, it mostly functions as a level select hub. A handful of different areas huddled around a respawn point house the game's titans. Most of them lay dormant in buildings, courtyards, and caves, but a small few are locked behind simple puzzles or are hidden away. None of the titans become your friend or have a change of heart. They are fascinating obstacles to be tackled, and little more. Thankfully, the aforementioned obstacle tackling is an engrossing experience. Each titan has a single weak point which their designs consistently succeed in highlighting. Unlike with its story, the point isn't to hide how the game works. When you look at the heart in the sludge, it's pretty obvious that the heart is the weak point. When the Yeti presents his pudgy pink posterior, it's clear he fears an arrow in the rear. The difficulty instead comes in learning each titan's behavior and reacting accordingly. At times, figuring out how to reach the weak point can be as challenging and frustrating as actually doing it. Your little guy's capabilities are fairly straightforward. He can transition from a walk to a roll to a run, and is fairly nimble in this regard. However, he can't strafe while charging his arrow shot, so positioning him is as important as actually aiming. And indeed, he only has one arrow. At no point do you upgrade him or the arrow. Thankfully, it's absurdly durable. It can also be recalled to you from anywhere after being fired. Be it sent or summoned, contact with a titan's weak spot is lethal. Sure, they can crush, electrocute, impale, burn, drug, or absorb you, but titans die in one hit, just like you. Being equally mortal, in a matter of speaking, enacts a law of fairness. If you can figure out a titan and take it down even just once, you deserve to move on. Until then, you deserve nothing. Attacks may be quick, but each titan has patterns, has consistent, duplicatable behaviors that can be observed and taken advantage of. Any failures are entirely your own. Though, they can absolutely feel cheap until you understand those patterns. Learning to control the little guy himself doesn't take long, but there's very little you can take with you from titan to titan. Some of them interact with the environment, some of them are a bit of a puzzle to figure out, but nearly all of them are unique, memorable fights. Depending on your ability, a single run-through of Titan Souls may be just a few hours, but the impact of defeating each Titan is grand on a personal scale. As there's no experience or items, the only punishment for failure is having to trek from the respawn point back to the Titan's lair. This can be an extensively time-consuming process, almost to the point of excess. That said, you don't need to defeat every Titan to beat the game, and the map isn't too large, so it's relatively easy to give a Titan a break and try something else from time to time. Titan Souls also features a few worthwhile unlockable modes that make the game more difficult, as well as some rather noteworthy and challenging achievements. The world of Titan Souls is alluring, and the desire to have a grand adventure in it may come many times throughout the game, but that adventure never does come. Titan Souls is not an adventure. Titan Souls is a gladiator pit, and the purveyor of this blood sport is hiding a secret. Whether or not you know that secret has little bearing on how much you enjoy the actual fighting. The skill demand is high, but the payoff for success is equally lofty. Most importantly, the Titans are perfectly crafted around the one arrow mechanic. Titan Souls isn't finding love or a serious relationship. It's a sensational one-night stand. Sure, you hit it and quit it, but it's a night you'll remember for a long time. Alrighty, that is Titan Souls for you all. I hope that you kind of have the idea of what it is like, because if you saw, which you did, a lot of me fighting Titans, that's pretty much the game. There really isn't a lot of an adventure, although the atmosphere is fantastic, and definitely it's a little engrossing, and you kind of have a nice, pleasant stroll from fight to fight, which is important, but by far and away, the best moments are defeating the Titans. Some of the ones that really got me, especially the Yeti. Yeti was my boy because I love Yetis, but he was not my boy because he's just a hard fight. He's a very difficult fight to figure out, especially on hard mode, and especially, again, on no roll mode, which is the thing. And I beat it, and I want you to beat it if you play this game, because that is a feeling of reward, because it is hard. Ugh. So if you like those kinds of games, check out Titan Souls. I really like it, I really recommend it. If you like other kinds of hard games and you do want an adventure, I did a video on Ori and the Blind Forest, which is a fantastic, emotionally driven, and very well told narrative, all wrapped around, rather woven through, an excellent platforming game. And if you don't want to look at any more bosses, you want some normal enemies in your life, just keep it low key, low profile, I did a video on the top 15 enemies that are not bosses in video games, and it's a little old, but it's pretty good. I recommend it. So, my name is Tyler of Rated S Games, and I hope that you have enjoyed watching this video, because I enjoyed making it. I'll see you later.